Hey everyone, CPO here, and in this video, I'm going to just show you quickly how I use the Supernote A5X on the day-to-day. It's one thing to do reviews and so functionality and capability and how-tos and all that stuff. It's another thing to see how somebody uses the system on the day-to-day. If you guys have been watching my videos, you know that I've tried several different systems from different vendors. I've really been looking to settle on something to use as my primary note-taking function to replace my paper notebook. And this is it for me. The Ratta Supernote A5X is a platform that works really well with my workflow. So I thought I would show you how I use it. One thing I really like about it, which probably might be assumed, but I want to make sure it doesn't go unsaid, is because this device has no glass and no metal, like I treat it like a notebook. It is a notebook to me. I will slip it down between the seats in the car. I'll throw it into a backpack. I really like this, whatever this cloth denim-y looking cover is. It's grippy. Like you can see, the notebook isn't moving on my desktop. It's gripped to the desktop. It sits well on the leg. It sits well on the cushion of the couch, the arm. Yeah, it works really well. And then with the pen holder, while yeah, it's a little floppy, the pen never goes away. Like I don't have to worry about, the pen falling out. Whereas with the magnetic pens, they get knocked off all the time. So yeah, let's get into this. And I'm going to blur this, unfortunately for you, because this is my active working notebook. So I will switch to some like testing stuff so I can show you. But I just got ready for my morning at the office, and I wanted to show you sort of what I do. So while you can't read the words, hopefully you can see enough through the blur to know what I'm doing, and I'll talk through things. But so this document, this is my day planner. It's actually a PDF document. It's 367 pages long. And, if I go to the table of contents, this is something I sort of custom created. I have shared this document in a couple of different places on Reddit, on another one of my YouTube videos. I basically have a table of contents with each month. And it's a day-to-day planner, January 1 through 31, February 1 through 28 this year. And so, and at the very end, I have a 2021 like overview calendar. I don't have any content on there, so I'll blur that for you. But that's just a quick reference for me if I want to see what date is coming and I don't have access to any other means of checking a calendar, which usually I'm using my phone or my computer for that. So I really don't use this that much, but it's there just in case I need it. So one thing I really like about this is with the ability to have quick access, I can set the current day page as a quick access point, and you do that right in here, quick access. So I can cancel it or I can add it. And then now, no matter where I'm at in this document, I can always come back here and then get right back to this day, which is important to me because it's a day planner. It's like having, when you have like a normal day planner, a Franklin Covey or whatever, you stick the ruler bookmarker in there and you fold it over and you can always get to your day. That's what quick access is for me. So the day before, so actually let me go to a blank page and I'll show you how this is laid out. So I have my day schedule here in 30-minute blocks. I have a list of tasks. I have an area for notes, and I have a little random area that I'll use. I usually draw, doodle, whatever. My little notes, and I can't take credit for this idea. Somebody else came up with the idea for this, but there's little notes here that give you ideas of things that you can draw if you're just bored and you're like, hey, what should I draw? I don't know. So I'm a doodler, so I kind of like that idea. So that's how it's laid out. The task list is sort of a running list. And I started out with like getting things done planning system. Actually, I started things out really with the Franklin Covey method and then the getting things done. And then I sort of moved into a bullet method, and now I've sort of migrated into my own method. And that is this running task list carries over from day to day. It's sort of the master list of things I need to get done. If I don't get it done in the day, then I just transfer it to the next day. And if I do get it done, I mark it as done. If I decide it's not important to me anymore, I'll just cross it out. Like eventually I'll carry these things over, and there's a finite number of lines here. So the point being is that if I have so many things to do that it has to expand this, I got to start reorganizing my priorities, right? Maybe I need to push things out into a different time frame. In which case, if I have a task and I know I'm not going to get it done this month, I might come over here to February and throw it up in February 1. I'll just throw it up as the top task for February. So when I get to February 1, I'm like, oh yeah, I got to deal with that. And then now that will be there moving forward until I deal with it. And then I can go back to my current day that I just moved it from. And then I'll just, I'll just, mark it with an arrow showing that I pushed it out, and then I don't have to worry about it anymore. It's off my list, but it's coming up in February. So that's how I deal with moving things into the future. There is a concept of a future log and a year log and all that stuff. But what I find I do is literally, I just put it on the first day of the month if I want to move it. And if I want to move it to a different week, I just go to the first day of that week and then move it, write the task there. And it essentially allows me to push things into the future, and they'll just show up on their own whenever I get there. So it's a running task list, and I try and knock that out. And as you can see here, my current day, I've got quite a list of things. I have a lot going on, and I need to deal with some things. And anytime my wife says, hey, I need you to do this, or somebody at work says, hey, can you do this? I just write it on my task list. Whether or not I'm going to do it that day or not, it doesn't matter. It goes on the task list. And then at the beginning of the day, I sit down, I transpose all of those over to the next day. And by transposing, I literally use the select tool, and I select it, and then I copy it, and then I go to the next day, and then I paste it, and then I align it back onto the lines, and then I go in and just delete everything that has already been dealt with that I didn't actually need to move, but it's just easier to move it as a block as opposed to grabbing out all of those individual items. So that's how I do that. And so it's really quick and easy to, I'm gonna erase this whole layer. It's really quick and easy to move those things over day to day. And then again, actually I should probably, let me undo that erase. And as I knock things out, I'll just fill them in like a Scantron, be like done, 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 done. If I want to move something to the future, I'll do that. If I cancel something, I'll literally just draw a line right through it. If I get something halfway done that I still need to complete, I'll do a mark like that. So that's sort of my system. And then at the end of or at the beginning of the next day, when I get to Thursday, what I'll do is I'll just come back to Wednesday, grab all that stuff, move it, and then start all over again. So now I will erase this layer. So that's how I manage my day-to-day. As far as the calendar items, you can see here, I'll just put keywords because I have all these things are captured on like electronic calendars. So these are just reminders of things I have coming, so I can just look here and see. So I don't have to get too much detail here. If I have like a phone number I know I'm going to need to dial into and I want to have it available offline, I might come in here and put it in my notes or write it underneath the meeting notice. My times are blocked so you can see how long the meetings are. And yeah, again, notes. So the notes are day to day, like anything that I just want to jot down. I'm in a meeting and something comes up, I'll just jot it down. If it's something I need to do, I'll put it in the task list. And then I have the concept of actual notes. And so with regard to notes, I will, let me get out of this note here. So my organization structure in notes is, oh, and by the way, I have a year note, which is basically a place to dump. If I have something that I need to do next year, which is really rare that I plan that far in advance, I can come in here and like add it into a following year or whatever, but I don't really use that, to be honest with you. I just, I keep track of things week to week, day to day, month to month, and then, very rarely I'm like, oh, next year I have to go, whatever. If it's that far in advance, I'll probably throw it into an electronic calendar as a meeting notice to remind me. But I don't use that very much. So I have things split up into life and work just to keep my organization sort of separate. And that also comes in handy with regard to syncing, because I can choose to sync to the cloud my life stuff and not sync my work stuff. So Supernote does have individualized folder syncing options. So I really like that. So my work stuff doesn't get synced anywhere. I only do offline local backups. But my life stuff I might sync. But I'm at work, so we'll look at my work stuff. And I basically have it split up into two things right now. There's really three things. The other one is projects, which are things I'm responsible for owning and managing and seeing through the completion of, in which case I'll capture that stuff in there. But because I've only been using this system for about the last week, and we're into the new year and coming off holidays, my project stuff really hasn't been migrated over here yet. But meetings are random meetings that I have for a variety of reasons. It's things that I just want to capture like on a large topic level. And then people is meetings with specific people that I have reoccurring meetings with. So the people I manage, the people that manage me, other people that I have regular reoccurring meetings with, they have their own folder or their own note. And the reason that they have their own is because I will capture things that I want to talk to them about. So for example, if I have a meeting with this person coming up and I want to talk about something with them specifically, what I'll do is I'll go into their meeting note and then add basically a task item that says, hey, talk to them about this. So I do that from time to time, particularly like here's somebody that I had a meeting with, and I had 3 things this last meeting, which happened to be yesterday, that I wanted to talk to them about, and I checked them off as I talked to them so I didn't forget about those things. So with that said, I do want to show you how I organize them. So every time I have a meeting with somebody, I will put the date, and then I will mark that as a title, and then that way I can have a table of contents for that, and I'll show you how that works here in a second. I also will star things where's an example here? Oh, right here. I have something that I starred because I want to take some action on it, and so I wanted to make sure that I don't forget it. So anywhere I am in my day, I will star things, and I'll show you how that comes into play. And that includes being in my day planner. If I have something that I want to make a note of, I will start. In this case, all of my stars right now are things I want to capture for a meeting that's upcoming. We have a manager meeting where I want to provide inputs of the things that I've been working on or the things I've done or learned or whatever. So as my week progresses, I'll just star things, whether it be on my day planner or in a note with a person. I will star them, and then it gives me a chance to easily find them later, and I'll show you how that works. And then I'll delete them as I make notes or complete the action or whatever it is I need. So the other thing I'm kind of showing you here and not talking about it is the ability to jump back and forth. Because my day planner is a document, it's actually a PDF file. And this quick launcher has the ability to bounce back and forth between documents and notes, and you open up in the last thing. It's really easy for me to bounce back and forth between the two. So my day planner, I need to write an action. I need to make a little note here that has nothing to do with the meeting. And then I can go back into the meeting notes and then continue capturing notes for the meeting. And that's how I use that. So I can also use this quick access to get around, but I really only use the quick access if for some reason I'm not on the current page. But either way, that gets me the same thing back to today, no matter where I'm at in the system. Like I could be in the Kindle, and here's my library. Here's USA Today, and let's just say I'm checking that out, USA Today, and I want to get back to my day planner. Boom, I'm back to my day planner. So that's why that's a huge value to me. By the way, little tip here, not a lot of people realize you can click on the numbers and go straight to a page. So let's talk about notes. What I'll do is I'll create a a fictitious note here. Let's say I'm about to have a meeting with somebody. I will go into notes. I will go into life. For now, I'm just going to create a note here in the root, new note file. And so I'll usually put the date, 12 January 21. And then what I'm going to do, sometimes I'll put the time. If it's relevant or not, doesn't really matter in all cases. And then I'll immediately grab the text, and then I will make it a title. And then that is done. So I'll make my notes of things that I want to do. Oops, this thing here, I want to remember to take care of. So you see it automatically generates the star. And then I'm done. I bounce around, do whatever things. Next time I have a meeting with this person, it might be 14 January 21 at 0800. This must be a recurring meeting. I will immediately come in here and grab that text and then make a title. And so you see the trend here, and I'll go to another page and more stuff. Time progresses, and now it's 1 February 20, and I have another meeting with this person or about this topic. Again, I'll come in here really quickly, just grab it, make it a title. What that does for me now is I have a table of contents for the dates that take place. So if I want to bounce back around and go, what was that meeting on the 12th of January we talked about? Boom, there it is, easy to get to. The other thing is I can look for things that I've noted that I want to take some action on. So remember, I made a star right here. I can easily find that. But even better than that, let's say I'm back in my day planner and I'm ready to start compiling my action items out of the stars that I've placed all over different notes and notebooks and PDFs and wherever. Literally, I just come up here, swipe down, hit the global search. So you can search globally or you can search in documents in some cases. This is a global search. I can go to star mark and it will find all the stars in all the documents. So this is our test note we just did. This is a meeting note with a person, a meeting note with the same person. So I had 2 stars in that conversation. I have a star in this one. I have a star in my daily planner and another star in my daily planner. So page 7, page 11, page 2, page 3, page 1. So not only does it tell you which document it is, it tells you on which pages. And then if you just click on them, it will take you to that page. And you can see I have my star right here. So whatever it is about this content that you can't read, that I can read right here, I wanted to make sure that I captured that. And again, like I said, how I'm using this right now is things I want to document in my upcoming leadership meeting. So all of these things I'll go through and I'll click on them. I will look at the content. I will go in and transpose it to my meeting notes. In this case, those meeting notes are electronic because they're shared with the team. So I'll go in, type them out, and then when I'm done with that, I'll just remove that star. And then now I'm going to do the same search on a local file level. No stars are there because I have deleted it. And so I know that that action is complete. On a global level, go back to star marks, and that document is now no longer in the list because I have satisfied that task item. So that's how I use this on the day-to-day. It's been a really, really good system for me. And again, I so much like the ability to bounce back and forth between day planner and meeting notes, just like that. And then on top of that, the ability to, from anywhere, to be able to jump back to my current day, which is just, it's fantastic. I think that about covers it. Hopefully that gives you some things to think about. Yeah. I know a lot of you are trying to decide if you want to get it on this pre-order, so that's why I figured I would do this now for you. Digest I haven't really used a lot yet because I haven't gotten into too much note-taking on this device that I want to document, but Digest is really cool too. You can actually have a test one here, Humble Pie. It's an ebook I have on there where I have selected up some text that I wanted to maybe remember. Actually, this one was really interesting. We know a million, a billion, and a trillion are different sizes, but we often do not appreciate the staggering increases between them. A million seconds from now is just shy of 11 days and 14 hours. Not so bad. I could wait that long. It's within 2 weeks. A billion seconds is over 31 years, and a trillion seconds from now is the year 33,700. Like, it's just mind-blowing. Wow. So yeah, so that's what digesting allows you to do, is go in and select up some text in a PDF or an EPUB or whatever, and have quick access to that. So these are kind of things that I wanted to remember and make note over. So I guess I am using it. I didn't remember that I was. And then Mailbox I have for my email. I don't really use that very much. I'm trying to see how I want to integrate that in, and I'm also trying to come up with a way to create an external task list. If I'm out, having dinner with my wife, and she says, "Hey, will you do this?" and my notebook is here on the desk, how do I get that back? And that's one of the things that I am working on right now, a creative way to do that. And I still have my recent items, which I don't use very often because I bounce back and forth so much, but this will show you all your recent items. So not only can I go back and forth between document and then note, and then have access to the quick access, which I can put that on anything, a note, a document, whatever. I can also just bounce in and see all of my recent documents. Like if I know I meet with these people on a regular basis enough that they're going to be in recents, it saves me the trouble of having to navigate the file system. So anyway, guys, hope that helps. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.